My name is Wilf Carter. I'm running for mayor, and as your mayor, I would look at the different types of situations that the city of Whitehorse has. What I mean by this is, why are our services costs going up, and what can we do to fix them? Also, I would look at is a new finance program for the city with the Yukon government. I would also look at having the federal and the Yukon governments develop a healthy families program which would deal with poverty and homelessness. I also would like to see a new skills development program for our kids so that our kids in our community can get the better paying jobs. I also think we need a Crime Stoppers program. I would look at the new build, $54 million building, and see what other options there is possible for that building. I would also look at green energy and climate change from an energy point of view. And for the rest of it, I would also like to work with businesses to help them develop, because business is the backbone of our economy. And the last point I would like to make is community economic development. It is very, very important to our city going forward, and it's a strong economic economy. My name is Wilf Carter. I need your vote on October 15th to support me to be your next mayor. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Dan Curtis, the Mayor of Whitehorse. It's been almost 3 years since I was elected mayor, and I want to thank the citizens of Whitehorse for the awesome opportunity I've been afforded to represent and support the concerns that the citizens of Whitehorse have, the vast majority. So in short, I just want to tell you that I've had a wonderful opportunity to form a great relationship with our business community of Whitehorse, the Whitehorse Chamber of Commerce, the Yukon Chamber, and the business community. I reached out to individual businesses to see what works and how we could do things better. And I think what we're seeing is a government maturing in terms of our municipal government. And I think that we have a wonderful working relationship with many departments at the government, the Yukon Territorial Government, from tourism to ECDEV, to planning, to Yukon Housing. So it's been a really, really wonderful, all-inclusive, respectful experience. And I couldn't be happier to report that we're enjoying one of the best relationships, collaborations with our First Nation governments in Whitehorse than I think the Yukon has ever enjoyed. So in short, I want to thank you for supporting me previously. I hope that you'll give me the opportunity to be your mayor again. And I want to thank everyone that stepped forward to represent and support our community. All the candidates, past candidates that are not going to run again, future candidates, and the ones that we're having right now. I really appreciate you taking this so seriously and representing our community with your volunteerism and your hard work. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on the trail.
Hello, my name is MANDEEP, SIDHU, and in October 2015, I'll be running for mayor of Whitehorse. Currently, we've seen Dan Curtis for the past 3 years act completely irresponsible with taxpayers' money. He's asking for a $55 million consolidated building on top of the 2 Mile Hill. Do we need that? No. Do we need a 300 care facility in Whistlebend, one of the furthest places from the hospitals for some of our most important citizens? The answer is no. The majority of those individuals have said, we would prefer to have better access to home care. Outside of that, I would also like to look at our infrastructure. Have we done the best with our roads? Have we done the best for downtown parking? These issues that I'm speaking about have been on the table for at least 3 to 5 years. Dan Curtis has done nothing. This is where frustration happens. I was not going to be a candidate if I felt that there was someone else that was willing to stand up for these issues. I've watched Dan Curtis start fights with Brad Cathers. I've seen him not work on intergovernmental disciplinary action. He is not able to deal with the other governments. We need to be able to sit down and have a calm conversation so that we can arrive at some solutions to these problems. If on October 2015, I'm asking that you vote MANDEEP SIDHU for mayor. You can visit my webpage on Facebook at MANDEEP for mayor. At the same time, I'm also asking that you pay close attention to the other candidates and their platforms. What are they running on? Who are the people supporting them? We've asked Dan Curtis for transparency on who funded his last campaign. He still hasn't provided that. I'm asking that every individual questions each one of the people that are running for council and for mayor. With a properly elected council and mayor, I guarantee we can make Whitehorse into the Whitehorse that we want it to be. Thank you very much, and happy voting on October 2015.
Hi, my name's Dan Boyd. I'm a lifelong resident of Whitehorse. I have significant experience in both public and private sector. I have experience with serving 2 terms as a Whitehorse City Councillor. My wife Susan and I have 3 adult children. 2 have chosen to make Whitehorse their home. We also have 3 wonderful grandchildren. My parents and grandparents made Whitehorse and the Yukon their home. I would like my grandchildren to have the same opportunity. I'm running for council because I care about the well-being and sustainability of our community. We need to ensure Whitehorse is an affordable and attractive place to live. One of my primary concerns is the city failing to control spending, resulting in higher taxes and increased user fees. Most urgently, we need to take a serious second look at the city's plan to spend $56 million on 2 new municipal buildings. The real and final cost of these new buildings is likely to be much higher than the present $56 million estimate. If it proceeds as planned, taxes will likely increase even further. I have the knowledge, the experience, and a proven track record. I will speak my mind, challenge the system for the benefit of Whitehorse residents. I'm Dan Boyd. Thank you for your consideration. Please vote on October the 15th.
My name is Garth Brown. I'm running for City Council because I think I can make a little bit of a difference. I don't know how much, but I know they have a 28-day program at ADS, no follow-up whatsoever. I'm trying to institute a follow-up better than ADS. ADS has a follow-up right on 6th Avenue, or 2 blocks from the cold beer store, and I want something away from liquor stores and cold beer stores. And I'm trying to fight homelessness and try to put some jobs, food security out there. It's just my way of doing what I can when I can. I've just beat cancer and I'm trying to help people out the best way I know how. Other than that, I think the city's throwing money away left, right, and center for no reason. That's basically it.
Hi Whitehorse, my name is Jocelyn Curtanu, and many of you probably know me by Joy. First of all, I'd like to thank our citizens for trusting me to represent them on council for the past 3 years. It's been a great experience and I've really been humbled by this opportunity. Well, the reason why I first ran was because I felt that the city, in order to best meet the needs of its citizens, its city council should have people there that are representative of the growing diversity of our population. So myself, as a family woman belonging to a minority group, and I've also worked for the government and bureaucracy for so many years, I just felt that I had a lot to contribute to the table. I'm really proud of some of our accomplishments this term, including the creation of the CCMARD committee, the creation of the Finance Committee to increase transparency and accountability from our council, as well as the improvements in transit, because now we've got not only increased ridership due to the extended service at night, we also have now bus passes available for our high school and college students, and that's wonderful. What I did realize, though, during my time on council is that the most important thing that we really need to focus on is building relationships with the federal government, the territorial, the First Nations government, and our community stakeholders. Combining our resources and working together, we can do a lot more things much better and much faster than trying to do it alone. And I hope to continue this work with everyone in the community who has an interest and a concern for our city, because really we can work together to build on our successes. So thank you again, and I hope that I have earned your support for the next term, because now I'm running in the 2015 municipal election. Thank you.
Hello, Whitehorse voters. My name is Keith Ellert. Many of you already know me as Captain Keith Ellert, and I'm running for Whitehorse City Council. I was born and raised in Calgary, Alberta in 1998 as a single parent. My young son and I moved to Whitehorse. We planned to stay for a year, and that was 17 years ago. I spent 15 years serving our community through my position in private radio, which really gave me a fantastic opportunity to get to know the city, the people, and I believe for many of you to get to know me. One of the biggest issues I feel facing Whitehorse right now is identity. Now let me just explain quickly. Our city's mission statement: we provide leadership as one of Canada's best local governments that enables Whitehorse to be an exceptional community to live, work, and play. That is so painfully generic, it is meaningless. Now, as we move forward and times continue to change, we need to take careful consideration for our community of tomorrow. What are the goals we want to achieve, and how are we going to achieve them? Let's have a game plan. Some other issues I feel strongly about: small business. We need to foster a climate that not only encourages but supports small business. Small business is the economic lifeblood of our community. Taxes for both homeowners and business owners. Many people feel we pay a lot and get very little in return. And finally, intergovernmental relations. Municipal government must be able to work effectively with YTG and First Nation governments if we are going to be able to achieve our goals. Now, I have many other thoughts and as well as details on some that I have touched on here, so please check out my Facebook page, Captain Keith Ellert for Whitehorse City Council. Thank you, and don't forget to vote.
Hi, my name is Rob Fendrick. I'm running for City Council. This is something I've thought a lot about. I'd like to try and give back to the community. I've got a lot of experience over the years. I could possibly run for, additional types of offices, but what I'm really passionate about is municipal affairs and community service within a civic context. So I balance it out with my family, my work. I've got a consulting business and what I can give back to the community, and I've decided to run for council. And if I'm elected, I would like to focus on such issues important to me, such as attainable, affordable housing. There's a matching grant with Yukon Housing. I'd like to really see that explored and work that through. I'm very interested in recreation possibilities for Whitehorse. I think it's a real drawing card for people, and I'm talking about major facilities such as the Canada Game Centre, Mount Sema. I'd like to see the Millennium Trail plowed all year for accessibility for moms and tots, seniors, elders, persons with disabilities. Very interested in tourism and business. I did run a business for 10 years. I've been in private industry. I know what it takes to run a private business, and I'm very interested in exploring possibilities. And on that note, I would like to see some major projects, one in particular from the city, where the new municipal services building goes forward. It's time for it to happen. It's going to happen anyway, and now's the time to go. In closing, I'd like to say that I think I have the right experience, and I would like to be elected. For more information, you can go to Facebook and search for Rob Fendrick for City Council.
Hello, bonjour, I'm Louis Gagnon. You know, civic elections are not glamorous or exciting. However, municipal governments affect your day-to-day lives much more than territorial or federal. How do we progress as a city and enjoy the modern conveniences and yet maintain our traditional character that makes us who we are and attractive as a community for all? I believe a city should promote, foster, and facilitate social and economic opportunities. We need a collaborative, responsive, informative, and most importantly, inclusive approach so that you, the stakeholders, can make the right decisions for the future of the city. Donc, ce 15 octobre, je vous offre une voix inclusive. Votez pour votre ville, votez pour votre conseiller, Louis Gagnon. Vote for your city, vote for your councillor. For more information, you can go to my website, lrgagnon.ca, or on Facebook, Louis Gagnon, your councillor. Thank you. Merci. MICHAUD.
Hi, my name is Ken Giam. I am born in Singapore and I immigrated to Canada in 1993. I have lived in Saskatchewan, Nunavut, and the Yukon. In 2006, Whitehorse became my permanent home. I have a Bachelor of Science major in Psychology from the University of Lethbridge in Alberta and a Bachelor of Social Work degree from the University of Regina in Saskatchewan. I worked for the Singapore Police Force as an Inspector of Police for 5 years. After I moved to Canada, I worked for the Saskatchewan Human Rights Commission as an investigator for another 5 years. I then worked for the government of Nunavut as a social worker for about 4 years. In 2005, I moved to the Yukon where I worked for the YTG as a social worker for 6 years. I'm the owner of Premium Cabs. There are now 35 taxis registered with this company. In 2013, I acquired Grizzly Bear Taxi and I started Bear Country Pawn Shop in 2014. In 2015, I invested in real estate by purchasing an apartment in Mars Point. About 2 months ago, I started a cafe in a downtown area called Heavenly Bake and Cafe. Life has been good to me and my family. We love this beautiful city. We own a house in the Ingram subdivision. I have good neighbors around me. My son attends Holy Family School, and I am grateful for the principal and teachers who take very good care of Zephaniah, my son. This city has been so good to us, and I'm extremely thankful for what she has given to me and my family. I like to give back to the community by serving as a counselor. Disabled people deserve more than what is available to them. Disabled people must be able to feel equal and respected. Most of all, disabled people must be able to feel compassion. If elected, my top priority is to be a voice for people with physical and mental disability. On October 15th, please vote for me. I'll do a good job as a counselor. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Samson Hartland. I'm a 36-year-old father of 3 third-generation Yukoners. I've lived in Whitehorse for all of my life, attended FH Collins, and opened up 2 small businesses on Main Street once I left high school. I also simultaneously provided American Sign Language interpretive services to deaf and hard of hearing residents of the territory. I ran for council the first time back in 2000 and had the pleasure of serving a term from 2000 till 2003. Since then, I've obviously had a lot of changes in my life, including the addition of a family. And as a result, that's what has encouraged me to put my name forward this time around. I'd like to be able to contribute to my community as I do through other fashions, such as school council, volunteering on boards and committees, and found that at this point in my life, personally and professionally, this is the best way that I can contribute back to Whitehorse. I think that the #1 issue facing residents today is intergovernmental relations. Intergovernmental relations is key if we're to address things like affordable housing, accessibility, sport and recreation, vulnerable peoples, relationships that we have with First Nation governments, Yukon government, and the federal government are going to be key if we're to address issues that fall outside of the city's mandate or the ability to fund as part of a finite tax base. There are creative solutions that we can work on together. Affordable housing, when we talk to Yukon Housing Corporation, Whitehorse Housing Authority, and the city, there are ways and means that we can come up with creative solutions such as affordable rental accommodations or ensuring that we have a land inventory that helps the housing continuum and people be able to move up that. So thank you very much for the opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. I look forward to hearing from you, and if you'd like to contact me, you can find me on Facebook at Samson Hartland Whitehorse. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on October 15th.
Hello, Whitehorse. My name is Betty Irwin, and I am seeking re-election to City Council. For those of you who don't know me, here's a brief bio. I'm a longtime resident of Whitehorse. I've worked in government. I've owned 2 successful businesses. I'm a certified tradesperson, and I also have received the Commissioner's Award for Public Service. After 2 terms on City Council, I have realized that Council has 3 primary objectives: shaping and reshaping the city into the kind of community that the citizens want and need, delivering quality public services at affordable prices, and making the financial decisions that will accomplish the first 2. Everything else is really just a subset of those 3 objectives, and the most important one may be the last one. In the term that's just drawing to a close, City Council set some priorities, and I think the next council should continue the work that's been done on issues such as citizen engagement, affordable housing, finding ways to help vulnerable people, and continuing to work closely with the First Nations. I totally believe in the importance of consultation, consideration of others' ideas and positions, and in the great things that can be accomplished when you are working with others for a common goal. What can I promise to the citizens of Whitehorse if they re-elect me to City Council? Just this. I will do my best to work with my fellow council members to uphold the values laid out in the oath of office we will all swear to. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Peter Jickling, a playwright and journalist born 34 years ago in Whitehorse General Hospital. Though I've lived elsewhere, including Lethbridge, where I obtained an Honours BA in philosophy, I've always returned home. Throughout my career, the generosity of Whitehorse has inspired me, and running for City Council is one way I can repay this inspiration. With a rising population, I believe it is socially and environmentally responsible to make efficient use of our urban and suburban space. Action now will prevent compounding problems in the future as our population rises towards 30,000 people. I also strongly believe that Whitehorse belongs to everyone equally. As such, I'm in favor of making our city more accessible to those with limited mobility. Though the city has taken positive steps in this direction, there is much more that can be done. There are those who believe that climate change policy is not the realm of municipal governments. I am not one of these people. Whitehorse has a moral responsibility to support energy-efficient construction initiatives and mass transit experiments. And our city should aim to be on the cutting edge of global warming research. I am nothing if not a political newcomer. I have much to learn from the people I'm hoping to serve. If elected, I will value openness over secrecy and curiosity over dogma. I will be a compassionate and thoughtful voice on our City Council. I look forward to hearing from you.
Hi there. My name is Cam Koss, and I'm running in the upcoming election for a City Council seat in the City of Whitehorse on October 15th. I've been living in the territories for over 23 years with my wife and children and have a very large extended family here in Whitehorse, which adds to my already strong vested interest I have in ensuring the future affordability, sustainability, and success of this great community we live in and enjoy. I believe councillors require a well-rounded perspective when looking at city issues, and I feel I can bring this to the table. Over the years, I've worked in the North for education, environment, justice, and health. And the past 5 years with highways and public works. My common sense views can bring effectiveness, efficiency, and accountability to the decisions made by council. I'm also a taxpayer in Whitehorse, so fees, taxes, and spending within our means, while maybe not the hot button issues at the moment, are always important factors to consider in any decision making to ensure that future generations and our present generation can enjoy a comfortable, affordable, and enjoyable way of life in this community. I appreciate your support, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to my message. Remember to let your voice be heard and your vote count. Please remember to come out and vote on October 15th. Have a great day, and thanks again for your support.
My name is SERGE, and I'm thrilled at the prospect of representing you on Whitehorse City Council. I love this city. It's the main reason why I decided to run. Let's work together in bringing this city into the future. For the past 16 years, I have a proven track record in managing a Yukon nonprofit organization with 4 main beliefs: fiscal responsibility and accountability, listening to and learning from the people that I serve, building a clear plan for success, and positive, meaningful relationships. That's a recipe for greatness. I will incorporate these philosophies in my new role as a city councillor for Whitehorse. We need representation that fosters honesty and breeds integrity. I promise to make smart, thoughtful decisions based on your best interests, with a pragmatic leadership style. On October 15th, a vote for SERGE gives you a voice on council. Vote for our wonderful city. Vote for SERGE MICHAUD.
Hi, my name is Jens Nielsen. I was born and raised right here in Whitehorse. My father was a local businessman. My mother's a local artist. I'm fortunate to have got from my parents a strong work ethic, balanced with an appreciation for the arts. I'm thankful to them both. I'm running for City Council. Overwhelmingly, voters are telling me that respecting taxes, prioritizing spending, and listening to common sense are important, wildly important. I commit as a councillor to look at every vote, when and as it comes to council, looking at it through the lens of those three things: respecting taxes, prioritizing spending, and listening to common sense. Spending and taxes are about money, our money. It's important to respect the value of money is that someone exchanged work for it. Anything the city gives in the form of spending was taken from someone else through taxation. If we continue to raise taxes, we'll find all kinds of creative ways to spend the money, but if we don't, we'll find all kinds of creative ways not to. It's a simple choice. We live in a society of reports and studies and more studies, committees and subcommittees, and through that haze, it's easy to lose sight of the same principles and fundamentals we use at our kitchen table to prioritize our family spending. Do we really need it, and can we afford it? These are the questions we have to ask on council, and we have to be prepared to listen to common sense. The common sense that comes from the community. We need to balance the recommendations that come from city management and staff with the wants and needs that we hear from the public and business community. My name is Jens Nielsen. Thanks very much.
Hello, I'm Philip Propotnik, and my priority and my goal for the city elections are to work to keep residential taxes at a reasonable rate. I will work with my fellow councillors and mayor to maintain taxes that remain within the cost of living. We as city councillors have to be reasonable and transparent about city expenses. I know that affordable housing is not only decided at the city level, so as a councillor I will work hard to collaborate with all levels of government to come up with creative ways of developing affordable housing. I will work really hard at developing a feasibility study to improve waste management at the city dump and look at ways to make dumping fees for residents more reasonable. I have lived in Whitehorse for more than 5 years. During that time, my wife Emma and I have fallen in love with the Yukon wilderness and spent a lot of time outdoors in Yukon. I work for a non-profit organization. I am very active in sports, especially I am an archery coach and judge. Currently, I want to be really involved in the decisions making that affects the future of our wilderness city. I will work very hard to be part of the city council team and represent the interest of all Whitehorse residents, without favoring any pressure groups or lobby efforts. I realize that a lot of people may not know me yet, but I have chosen not to spend money on signs. However, if there is any supporters that would like to support me on my campaign, I would like to direct them to make donations on the food bank. I really encourage everyone to make sure they are on the voter list, as some people have discovered that they are not on. I was able to vote 3 years ago, but this year I wasn't on the voter list. Of course, I'm the voter list now. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is MICAH QUINN, and I'm running for a seat on Whitehorse City Council. You know, I've always been up for a challenge. Whether it's hiking the entire Pacific Crest Trail, 4,300 kilometers from Mexico to Canada by myself, or starting the Watershed Coffee Shop and Bar in downtown Whitehorse, which has become a financially successful, really all-inclusive, vibrant community space. And now I would like to share my skills and to the broader community as a member of the Whitehorse City Council. I'd like to share with you a few of my priorities if elected. Number one, I think we can do more for creating more accessible and affordable housing for Whitehorse. One way we could do that is dedicating specific land and giving developers the right incentives to create that type of housing for people who need it. I also believe that things like recycling don't belong in our landfills, and if we divert waste from our landfill, we will save millions of dollars over a number of years. And a key piece of that is implementing a citywide curbside recycling service. Finally, you know, I've been a teacher for 10 years. I've worked extensively with our local youth. I've also been a victim of property crime through break-and-enters and theft, as well as a number of private homeowners and other businesses, nonprofits, and museums in our community. I think we need to have an honest conversation with our youth, encourage them, see what interests them and how we can get them to take some ownership and, you know, have things to do in a really non-harmful and community beneficial way. I have a lot of other priorities that I've laid out. You can find them on my website at micaquinn.ca. And I finally want to say that I believe myself and other councils can take a leadership role in giving more back to our community. And I pledge to donate 10% of my councillor's salary to a local charity. I pledge all other candidates and officials to do the same. Thank you very much, and I look forward to your vote on October 15th.
If I look upset this morning, it's because Wales beat England in the World Rugby Finals, and I'm trying to deal with this. Hi, my name is Dave Stockdale, and I'm running for a seat on the Whitehorse City Council. Most people who are watching today will know me, but those who don't, I'll just give you a quick bio. I am married with 3 children and 6 grandchildren. I live in Whitehorse for 47 years, and out of those 47 years, I've been 32 years on City Council. I did the Rendezvous Fun Fair for 30 years. I was president of the Soccer Association for 9 years. Still am president of the Table Tennis Association. Because of those community involvements, I received a Commissioner's Award for Community Service. I'm a Paul Harris Fellow. I've been inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. My focus, if I get onto council, will be delivering basic services, water and sewer, paving the streets, shoveling the snow. In 1996, we started a strategic plan, and one of our main focuses was sustainability. Most of the things the city has done has been towards sustainability. Infill, transit system, and things of that nature, which will help us leave less of a print when we leave. If you have voted for me in the past, do it again. If you haven't voted for me, get with the program. So on October the 15th, vote Dave Stockdale for the Whitehorse City Council.
My name is Francine THIVIERGE. I'm retired. I'm originally from Quebec City, so obviously I speak French. But I spent most of my life in Vancouver. I'm married for 30 years and I have 4 adult children. 3 of them living here in Whitehorse, so I'm the lucky one. I have been moving my financial planning business from BC to the Yukon in 2004, and I've been a long-time member of the Rotary Rendezvous Club. I am very happy here and there's no looking back. So I love being a grandma. I love driving my sport car. I love entertaining, coffee, cribbage, travel. I love my 308 rifle, my pink 20 gauge shotgun, and I love obviously camping, hunting, and enjoying the beautiful site that we have here in the Yukon. My immediate issue for the city, and I hope it's yours too, it's affordability. That includes the cost of housing and rent and services and our ever-increasing property taxes. A close second is the long-term issue of a vision. We need a plan that should include planning and action to make and turn our city from Whitehorse to Green Horse. I'm very good with number, management-minded, a quick learner, tough, determined, intuitive, creative, a problem solver, a solution finder. And I feel I would be a strong voice at the council with program and issue and working effectively at the city bureaucracy. Therefore, I am asking your vote and your confidence on October the 15th. And in return, I will be your voice on the council. That's my promise.
Hello, my name's Mike Travel and I'm seeking a seat on the Whitehorse City Council. I've been lucky enough to have been a resident of Whitehorse for the past 18 years. In that time, I was employed by the Yukon Territorial Government as a worker advocate and as the first vice president of the Yukon Employees Union, a labor representative representing workers' rights. After leaving government, I started and currently own and run a new and used retail store and pawn shop in downtown Whitehorse. I have strong listening skills and always am accessible. I am a forceful advocate and for my fellow constituents and their interests. I have had a great deal of experience negotiating with all levels of government and some of the largest corporations in the Yukon. There are a great number of issues facing our city of Whitehorse. Project management and mandate creep. I believe the city should be getting value for services. Projects should be coming in on budget and on time. Projects and programs must be reviewed and maintained at the levels that they are debated and approved at. The gift horse scenario is prevalent and needs to be addressed. What I mean by this is that the grandiose projects that are announced with other levels of government seem like a windfall at the outset, yet turn out to have additional costs and long-term burdens for the city in the operating and maintenance costs. The city dump. I think the fees are too high. This leads to illegal and unsightly dumping in our parks and green spaces. The way out of this isn't legions of paid or volunteers cleaning up those messes or gangs of officers lurking in the bushes. Lowering the tipping fees is what gets garbage in the dump and or in the recycling centers. That's what we need. I am Mike Travel, and I would be honored if on October 15th you voted for me for City Council.
Hi, my name is ROSLYN WOODCOCK, and I'm running for City Council. I've lived in downtown Whitehorse for 15 years. I have a degree in city planning and human geography, and I have a certificate in public administration. Before I owned my 2 businesses, I was a manager in the federal public service for about 10 years. I think the important election issues that we should be discussing are increasing the rental stock in Whitehorse, of course citywide recycling, the city operations building consolidation project is important, talking about tax rates, and the transportation demand management plan. If you'd like to chat with me about any of these things or anything else, please, you can find me on Facebook, or you can email me, connect@planright.ca. Please get out and vote. Thank you.